So when the flood came in, it poured down all this side where this little, we call them creek, but it's a drainage. But anyway, when the flood hit, it hit my building and went all the way down and shot down this way into down the river, more or less. It was a creek, but I call it a river now. But here it is. Here's the work I've been doing. I've been digging this out with a shovel, and I've got my ramp down back to my building, into the building, and I got my concrete here mostly uncovered. There's about a good 2 inches of mud. You can see it still. I got some to go right there and right there. It's still a lot to go with, but I'm getting there. And here's a good example. This is how high the water got in this building. It got right there on this locker, and I know it got over this table, my little work table right here. It got so high. I think it got about my height, and I'm about like 5'8", so it was pretty high water. And here's all the sand and rock it left me. The gift that keeps on giving. But I got it all dug out so I can get eventually start moving my things back in. But right now we're going to start with this first job. There's my clippers right there. It's aggravating the far out of me is this tree, this sycamore here, has got these branches, and I'm not sure how to describe it, where there's so much sand come down here, it's actually like raised the ground and the walking height. So every time I even try to get through here to try to manage the yard or anything, it just totally, it's got me knocking into these branches and stuff. And so I'm going to trim them, at least get at least head height where it's manageable, and it'll quit smacking my building. But anyway, let's get started. Get you a spot here where you can actually see. I'm not used to working with the camera, as you guys can tell. Let's see how that is. Hey y'all. I tell you, these sycamores are a pain because they just get really tall really fast and then die, and they make it such a hazard. Number one. Whoop! I lost you. I lost you, fellers. Sorry about that. There. Looking a little bit better now. Try again. Oh, let's see here. That'll open it up. you think, guys? They're looking a little bit better. That's about to say that's a lot for me. Now it's looking a lot better. I love trees. But when you've lived around sycamores as long as some people have, golly, they'll just grow, like I said earlier, they'll just grow so fast, and then they pollinate. Looks like a big, look like a big sea. Not sure what it's coming at you. It's pollen, but hopefully now I just got to move the limbs, and then I can get inside and start working, and you get an idea how so much of this stuff is happening. Just how gnarly this flood is. Hopefully this video ain't too horrible. It's a pretty day. Feel blessed, that's for sure. But anyway, let's get some more of this work done, and I'll catch you inside. Howdy, guys. We're now in the building. I got those limbs moved out of the way. Now air can get in here and hopefully finish drying it up a little bit outside. As you can see, it was a 2-inch mud in the floor, and it totally like sheared my concrete, but we're not going to worry about it too much because it is just a building. That and other reasons, but past that, we're going to get this mud shoveled out, and I'm going to use my wheelbarrow that I got right over here, and I'm just going to dump it off on we got a little hill here that goes up the property, and I've just been putting that dirt right there to kind of smooth that decline out because it is kind of sharp, especially when you're riding the mower and you got to shoot down. But anyway, you might be wondering why I might need to be wearing a mask for some of this stuff. I did wear one till I got all the way down to this point. And now this dirt is more or less powder with maybe a very slight tacky, and a lot of the air has been dumped out. And my door closed on me by itself, and I need the air to help and the light to see. Get that fixed. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this shoveled out. You can hang out with me while I work. We'll see how far I get. But I tell you, boys, this stuff is not pretty. I've been actually let's try again. There's stuff in this mud where the building and stuff got jostled around because this building was straight, and it might not appear like it is on camera, but what happened is the back end got kirked like that, and the front stayed where it was from all the water pressure. And as you can see, I'll show you here in a minute how this busted this concrete up. It was pretty rough. I mean, I'm not good with measurements, so it's probably about like 4 inches, 5 inches of concrete for this building base, and it totally just like paper, and it put this big old crack in it and everything. But where this is just an outbuilding, we're not going to worry about it too much. So I'll quit my vacuum, start shoveling. Cue the music montage, which I have yet to figure out how to do.